Thank you very much for coming to this press conference today. My name is Buck Young, and I'm just a spokesman and coordinating here for Mr. Mellace. As you may know, Mr. Mellace today, at the end of question period, smoked a marijuana cigarette in the House of Commons. This was a form of political expression meant to draw attention to the plight of many Canadians who are suffering with an unconstitutional medical marijuana regime that subjects them to criminal penalties due to the mismanagement of the program and exclusions on extractions that are necessary for these patients' treatment. So without any more ado, Mr. Mellace.
Today was a day that we accomplished something to show the Harper government that there is other ways and means of securing the consumption of marijuana. Marijuana should not only be smoked. There's many forms that marijuana can be utilized, such as butters, creams, pill forms that are not addictive, which the markets these days, our society, the way it's going, is being dictated by pharmaceutical companies, as we know, but not to get into that. The reason why we're here today is to try and get Mr. Harper to stop harassing the sick people in Canada. The delays that are being occurred by people's licenses being delayed, renewal forms that are taking up to 8 to 10 months. This has to stop. And this is the one reason I feel that Mr. Harper is meddling in this program. I believe they call it political interference, without using the C word. At this time now, I'd like to introduce a young lady who has gone through the same problem and issue and is looking at criminal prosecution. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not the young lady, it's Les.
Lois. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Thanks. Hi there. My name is Les Patrick, and I'm from Peterborough, Ontario. I am a victim of the red tape of Health Canada. I have waited 4 months for my renewal card. I just received it September 27, 2010. When my old card expired, I was terrified, but my doctor told me to hold on to my old card and it would be the same as a temporary card. I would be fine. I also phoned Health Canada and they said the same, to hold on to my old card and I would be okay. On the phone, on the police report, it said they called Health Canada on August 31st, 2010, and they were told by Health Canada that my card had expired, but my renewal card was on the way. The police said it was a black and white decision. They also compared it to a driver's license. Even when it expires, you still keep your old driver's license until you get your new one. So it is a bad example. On September 1st, 2010, the police raided my place with 9 police officers and a police dog. They took 8 plants. I was allowed 15. They took my personal medication. They took my lights, my ballast, and timer. I was left with nothing. On September 2nd, 2010, I turned myself in. My landlady also came with me. She was also arrested. But they let her off for no charges after I did a video confession that everything was mine. I also signed papers before I left that I could possess but not consume. I also had to come back on September 16, 2010 for fingerprints and photographs. The police also ran my story in the local paper, making me sound like a criminal, not mentioning anything about an expired Health Canada card. They tried to make me sound like a drug-dealing criminal, putting my name in the paper, which was embarrassing to my family. So I called the local paper to give my side of the story, the truth. I have no criminal record. They should waste their time on real criminals. I am in extreme back pain and have no medication. I am a pension, so I cannot afford to buy any medication. I have no way to start over, so because of the red tape of Health Canada, I am being punished without medication. I have to go to Sunnybrook Hospital in Toronto on November 22nd to be scheduled for back surgery. Ever since this happened, I am afraid of police. I am afraid to medicate. This is no way for someone who is handicapped to live. My doctor doesn't believe in oxys or perks. I so hope this does not happen to anyone else. Thank you for your support. My next court date is October 13, 2010. Thank you.
what was accomplished today was for many reasons. My wife suffers from cancer. Mr. Harper, my wife cannot smoke marijuana. I'm asking you to open up the MMAR program. Open it up to the point of extractions, where people that can extract properly, with proper means, proper ways. Smoking marijuana is not the only way. There's arthritic hand creams that are made without the high. The THC phobia can be taken out, and just by using CBDs and CBNs will relieve the pain from that most people have. With simple creams. There's other means, there's other methods. There's people that cannot smoke it. And the way the program is set up now, with the distribution method you have, there's carcinogenic marijuana out there, which means steroid, to make the buds bigger. There's a lot of products that are used with pesticides to kill bugs. There has to be some regulatory control. There has to be some regulatory means. And the fact that marijuana should not only be utilized to smoke. That's the old style. That's the old method. The medical marijuana access regulations do not protect patients from criminal law in relations to derivatives or extracts taken from the herbal form of cannabis. The end result is patients are forced to smoke their medication instead of consuming it in a safer form and much healthier and organic. And a letter clarification from Health Canada, the extractions of cannabinoids in butter for use in baking or cooking is considered outside the scope of the medical marijuana access regulations. Preparation of cannabis resin and individual cannabinoids, some of which have proven to have medical effect without the psychoactive effect of THC. We are also not permitted to do this. This regulatory framework is clearly at odds with Health Canada's anti-smoking policy and compromises the health and safety of many Canadians. Health Canada states that their timeline for processing applications is at 8 weeks. You might get some response from Health Canada to that. We don't have the staff. Budget cuts. Or excuses that it's in the mail. 8 weeks is the mandate and is the regulation. For new exemptions and renewals, they are now taking up to 10 months at an unreasonable period of time to jeopardize the well-being of patients. In some cases, this means that the authorizations came too late to provide relief in some patients' palliative care situations. The exclusion of extracts from the medical marijuana access regulations and the delays in renewal exemptions have the effect of subjecting legitimate medical marijuana users to the criminal law. Mr. Harper, we're talking about people on disability that are sick, and in your delays is causing them criminal prosecution. Please do me a favor, Mr. Harper. Stop meddling in the affairs of politics of this. Better yet, why don't you get involved and find out what is going on in this department? Because the political interference here stinks. It stinks to high heaven. That's all I can say in regards to that issue. With the expired license dates that are arrival and waiting 6 weeks, 8 weeks to 2 months after your mandate, once again, is putting people on disability, sick people, to prosecution under our criminal code. This is clearly a violation of patients' rights under Section 7 of the Charter.